I am here vibing one of Jamaica's most gifted vocalists and instrumentalists. His parents named him Micheal Johnson, but we know him as
Mikey Spice, I'm calling.
Father Mikey.
Bless it all.
Everything good, sir?
Always, my brother, always.
It's a joy, yeah.
Give thanks,
Yeah,
thanks,
man.
give thanks.
Blessings.
Hey, this is Mikey Spice. You don't know how we and teach them channel, you know. This, don't forget, this is the channel you need to see whatever you want to see within the artist. And guess what? I'm grateful enough to say you don't know. Grab your last song, come. Hey, I will leap a bush in the yard and chop down. Yo, teach them channel. Don't move the channel. I saw it set up.
This video is brought to you by DS Electronics Unlimited.
Are you looking for reliable and efficient service, affordable rates, world-class customer service? Visit DS Electronics Unlimited. We offer expert repairs to LCD, LED, smart TVs, and Android TVs. We offer warranties on all repairs. Visit www.dselectja.com or call 876-841-4968 for more details.
Teach them! Always make sure the message I reach them!
Father Spice.
Yeah, man.
All things.
You know, so we give thanks to all things.
Yeah.
Yeah, we give thanks, especially like for what we are going right now.
Yeah.
We have to give thanks, you know?
Yeah, man. So talk to us though. Early life, place of birth.
Right here, so Kingston, Jamaica. The only difference, I was born in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Raised part 2 Kingston, so most of it is between the North Coast.
Yeah.
Growing up, and then you know, say, is the back and forth, the travel thing, you know?
United States?
Yeah,
Oh,
always,
okay.
from UL. London was in the younger days.
Yeah.
Because of the bishop, you have to travel with the bishop.
Yeah.
So,
Daddy was a pastor.
oh, yeah, always. Everybody know that, right?
Yeah.
You don't know that. Just learn that part. You know the strict part.
Yes.
You have to come. When I go, you have to come.
Yes.
But, yeah, Kingston is where the birth was, you know.
Siblings?
Yeah, but it's a complicated one because guess what now? I am the only one from my mom and dad.
Oh.
But my dad have other kids.
Yes.
And my mom have other
kids.
kids. So, yeah.
So you have half brothers and half sisters out there.
All right.
How many of them in total?
I'm going to tell you the truth, you know, my youth. You know, so the last time I counted, it's close to nearly 30, but I don't really some of this out.
And Daddy was a pastor.
Man. Hey, let's not go. It will be this would be a different one. A continuation. Let's do this as a series.
So brothers and sisters, all of them still around?
Yeah, a lot
Okay.
of them is around. But guess what? I noticed I am the only one that seems to have this part.
Okay.
Because everybody else seems to be doing who is not mason, is mechanic, and who is not mechanic. So everybody have them little
Them
things.
skill and stuff.
Give thanks. You know?
Mommy and Daddy still around?
Yeah, but them not together. Guys, they know that thing they go.
But we're glad to them still
Yeah,
alive
them,
and
yes,
thing,
yes,
man.
yes, yes.
We're glad for that.
Yes, yes,
Schooling
of
though, where did you attend school?
Actually, yeah. Well, we went to quite a few schools. We went to Ensom City College, then we left to Vauxhall Secondary. And after Vauxhall, I went to KC. And after KC, the World School.
The World School,
Yeah.
the University
Yes.
of the World.
No, there you go. There you go.
You made mention that there are a number of siblings, yeah? What was the situation like growing up though? Were you the only child in the house at the time or some of your other siblings were there?
I had other siblings. As I said, I have siblings. But
yes.
I'm going to be honest here, there's a saying, you have a house full but you're alone.
Yeah?
I was always a lone kid. Not only saying that the fact that it even direct me to my career now these days. I was always a dreamer.
Yeah.
So from kids, the rest of who were there, but I can't have no particular record.
Yeah. So what was it like growing up though from a financial perspective?
Boy, I'm not gonna lie to you, you know, say, I don't know the words because we seem to put words to some very intricate and some secret and some delicate situation. Because we weren't poor and we weren't rich.
Yes.
And I'm going to be honest, as a bishop kid, my table always have food. Don't necessarily mean because as a kid I don't know that him have light problem.
Yes.
I don't remember the light cut off because him never pay. I don't remember the water cut off because, but I know there is some form of responsibility where that is concerned. But in my kid days, I can tell you.
So food was on the table?
Always.
Yes, man.
And I'm grateful for
give
that,
thanks for that.
Yes.
So what was it like though, being the son of a bishop growing up?
Pressure, brother. You can imagine. I can't do the things I really want to. I hide and do some of them. You know.
Naturally.
And
boys will be boys.
Yeah, and there's a saying that pastors and police and these people
picking them bad.
Yeah, but it's not bad because even me, I think I was a little bit unruly, you know, growing up. Why? Because as teenager, we all know there's always going to be a rebellious urge.
True.
And throughout teenager time, you know, like, I want to do something. I'm going to go to my bedroom, so we're going to find a way. Stay in the yard, boy. But you turn the back, I'm going to find a way for slip through the side. I'm not going to time you, but I'm going to get flagged when I come.
Yeah. But Daddy was strict.
Yeah. So, for that, I'm going to tell you the truth. It's a very smart question, and it's very nice. Yeah, but oh my God, I have so much memory I could have started. If I start to elaborate, it's not going to stop now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So, you being the son of a pastor, naturally you would have grown up in the church.
Most definitely, yeah.
Was that a challenge or it was something that you enjoyed?
I'm going to tell you there was no choice. It's not like I had a choice. You know what I mean? You have
to just live with it.
No, you get up here, you know, say, you have church, son, man, you better do it. And watch this now, the funniest thing about it, throughout my whole kid life, I had beaten every Sunday morning.
You get beaten every Sunday?
Every Sunday morning.
Why?
As far as I can remember, for one particular thing. And watch this now, my father is the bishop.
Yeah.
And me have to dip on the rasta, I play. Remember, because after you get... you still have the thing there.
Still have play.
Watch, you know, yeah.
Yeah.
And watch the sermon now. The sermon is, because in my house, you have to have. No, come on, kid. You know?
So about beat and I preach about it.
So it's just basically, it's a routine.
Yeah.
And the routine is, as I say, is a must. Isn't there? You have no choice. You're living at the bishop house. You're a kid.
But why were you getting beaten every Sunday morning?
One thing, I still do it even now. You know, when Friday is the last day of school, right?
Yeah.
Saturday you have house cleaning, shoes cleaning, press and ironing, and right?
So you think ready for Sunday and Monday?
My shoes never clean, no Sunday. Oh, watch me now. I put on my tie and my shirt, and my jacket, and then I put on my shoes.
And I clean it by your foot.
And I rub it by my foot every Sunday morning. That's religious. I can tell you even the sermon that going to preach, that's religious.
Yes.
A beating. And then the message is going to be, he has the lesson because in my house. No, come on, kid.
Yeah.
So the question you ask, it may seem a little humorous, but just take out the humor for a second.
Yeah.
Go serious.
So what was mommy like though?
Oh, no. She is my refuge.
Oh.
No, when him say, hey boy, Mikey Spice? No, well, them days I never name Mikey Spice. Michael?
Yeah.
No, they name them me. Any man call me Michael, man.
You're free.
No, man. So none of my virgin them call me Michael.
Yeah.
I mean, like the thing, I go mash up.
Yeah. Bring back too much memory.
No, Michael thing to me. When me hear Michael, it's just my mother me have to hope say dead near. Cause me gonna get a slap or the belt.
Yeah.
You know them tell me to pull out
the belt.
Oh my God. A funny thing about it, you know I've never hit none of my kids.
Yeah?
Never.
And then behave themselves?
Oh, no. My kids, them have a different thing.
Yeah.
I just look, you know. You know as it is, you live and you learn.
Yeah.
You know? And one of my thing, I mean, after a while, you realize that it's not even so much of cruelty, or you would call it brutality, or whatever you want to call it, or you call it, you know, chastisement or chastisement, whatever it is that you want to put your name around. Abuse, and for us it's not abuse, it's correction because the scripture,
discipline, man.
The Bible speak of.
But you keep on doing the same thing every Sunday, man.
Whether yes or no, whether yes or no, the scripture itself speak about it.
Yeah.
Spoil not the child, save the rather than spoil the child.
Yeah.
So it's not slash over your head and your back or your face, but God
correction.
make a little part. I feel Him make the part if you slap. I'm gonna lie to you. Because it's the only part that don't have bone.
Yeah, man. Load flesh.
There you go.
Yeah. So going to church every Sunday.
You're a funny kid.
Going to church every Sunday, you made mention that you were up there playing the keyboard or the organ at the time.
Always.
So from early out, you were exposed to music.
Yep.
Yeah? So was that a choice or was that something that your father encouraged you to do?
as it says, it's not even a choice. For that segment of my life
Yeah.
was given to me.
Yeah.
And I could always use this word, I don't know why it always come up, but there's a power that says to whom much is given, much is required.
Yeah.
As a bishop kid, that's what I need to do, that's what I should do. It's
Yeah.
not whether yes or no, I want to do it. It's not even so much of I have to do it. It's
Yes.
just that
A
is
part
there.
of the-
yeah,
a
it's
part
a
of the
part of
thing,
whatever.
yeah.
So the fact that I was raised within the environment of this situation, it opened the doors for me to have people to develop
Yes.
what we call an art or skill now. you know.
And you did develop because rumor has it that Mikey Spice was a prodigy in terms of
would say.
instruments.
Oh my God. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if I would put it in those words.
Yeah.
But guess
That's what rumor has it.
I'm gonna
man.
leave you. I'm gonna
Yes.
leave you with the words for a second.
There's also words out there that Mikey Spice can play at least 22 instruments.
It's not. Rumor is lie, right? Our rumor is overexposed.
Yes.
This is not really. It's the truth.
It's a truth.
It's just that I don't demonstrate things for the eyes, just for
Yes.
people's sake. I use it for benefit of helping others, for the progression or the element of myself, or for the fact of what it was really meant for.
Yes.
So when it come naturally, you will see it, but it's not a way that we're going to go out of the way. It's the show.
Show.
It's not to pose or to let some guy feel like, okay, this I can do this, and no. When time come, I do, because I have sessions. That is not that I don't play, because in the final you go and fix whatever you want to.
Yes.
But I will allow musicians to express themselves.
Yes.
And don't involve. I don't have to take it and say, oh, this is the
Fix
way
this
you
and
do
fix
it.
that.
Yeah, you fix it if you
feel like
want to
give
do what
people to
but
express
your
themselves
ability is
creatively.
totally different from my ability. So I will allow you to express yourself. And if it's not what I want and I can enhance it, I will show you how to do it. Or then I'll take it and do it. you know.
Yes. So which instrument was the first instrument you learned to play?
That's a good one. We call it motor organ.
Yes.
It's not harmonica.
Yeah, harmonica.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That was my first, if I remember clearly as a kid, 7 years old.
7 years old.
Yeah, that was my first instrument that my hand was on. And it was a huge one too. It was a big one. This one was like a double, one on the back and one on the front. It's a big broad one. And that was my first instrument. Then I moved to the banjo, which is four string. And 4-string banjo pushed me to guitar, because banjo and the guitar. So, And then from the guitar, we just start to elevate to other things that interest me.
Sax.
Yeah, sax come like later on down, because way later down when I start really learning the craft.
Yeah. What's your favorite instrument?
Oh Lord. I really don't have a favorite.
You have one you play more than the rest of
them. Oh
yeah,
okay. It's keyboard.
Keys.
Or guitar.
Yeah.
Or as I say, well, guitar, bass, saxophone, but keyboard is
Keys.
piano,
Yeah.
Or we call piano.
Yeah. So you used to play the keyboard or probably the organ back then in church.
Yeah.
So where did the vocal aspect of?
Funny that is just. That was always there.
Yeah.
And maybe a bit dormant but from the world, but it was always used within the choir.
Yes.
Or within, especially singing in church. And if your dad go, my son is going to sing a song. I don't want to sing, but I have to sing.
Yeah, because that's it.
There you go.
To sing a song.
So, picture you singing like this.
Yeah.
For he is love. Oh God, you don't sound familiar? I'm still laughing, boy. I know you're all laughing out there too. But guess what? All things come together for good to them who love the Lord.
Yeah.
So, my little struggle sometimes, it may seem a little, complicated because there are these ins and outs. As a matter of fact, this maze.
Yeah.
And the maze seems to take you somewhere, but we'll find a little, here we are, we'll come out.
So as a child, were you baptized?
Oh yeah, man. I think about 3 times I'm baptized already now.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. I baptized when real baptism. But remember one night I play drum and I get hot in a crusade. I'm hot and sweaty, I'm just jumping in the pool. So that's... And 2 times I did.
2 times.
So 2 times I did.
Yeah.
One night with a crusade and church nice and like
Yes.
you know the tent a boil. I mean, just get up, I'm gonna jump in the pool and come back and play, but it's cool up. But
Yeah. So, growing up in the church, pastor son, steadfast in a Christianity, are you were?
yeah, man, I'm
You
still
were.
a Christian, man.
You're
always
still a Christian?
Yes, man, yeah, man, yeah,
Yeah?
man, yeah, man.
So how then now did that young man who grew up in the church develop a desire for the entertainment industry?
It come out of all these things
Yeah.
that create a dream. Remember earlier on in the conversation, I tell you I'm always a dreamer.
Yes.
I will be sitting here with you, and I don't see just tomorrow. I see next year. I see the year because I actually stretch my ability to see beyond this building. I don't know if it's really bush behind the building, but I know there's space behind the building.
Yeah.
But I used to know there's space. I'm saying
Something
my
is there.
imagination. So the question you asked is just that I knew that this is what I wanted to do from an early age.
Yes.
How to make it possible, I have no idea. Because remember, for us in the early days, we even like now I see it happening to a lot of artists. Them have this desire and them have this thing they want. Them hungry for the thing.
Stardom.
But, yeah. So this is it. They want the stardom, but them don't know the protocols that holds the stardom, that enhance the stardom. Because guess what? Anybody can go buy 2 jeans. If you want to be an artist, we can show you if you look like artist. You don't want to look like artist. It's simple. It's a whole bunch of fandangles and you want to be seen. The real art or the real artist, you don't see him coming. Because everything begins here.
Yes.
Here. It's not this. It's what do I create? It's what do I do with my canvas?
Yes.
When I'm about to paint, what the first color, what's the first graphic or whatever it is that I want to put, sketch. So it wasn't impossible for me from an early age to put my hand on what I want.
Yes.
Because throughout school, I never diverted. I don't know of myself ever do it. No, I took one job, and it was in a supermarket, and the man said, "Man, I'm out in bully beef and cheese." China man, you never forget. Because that's how we do.
Yeah.
We, you know, we never pack out the
Yes,
things.
man.
I always pull every day we bust a bully beef. But we never know, say the tin, you count for the tin. So we always eat the beef. I throw the tin, that thing, and the man come up with about 15 tin. I said, no more this going in here. No more. And that's how I think I lost that job.
Yeah.
But then I don't remember. I have no vivid memory of me doing anything else. I wanted to do anything else.
Yes.
Even though my dad wanted me to be a pastor, take the footstep.
Yes.
My mom sure knows she would maybe want me to do something else. She loved what I'm doing, and she's a brilliant singer too. But for me, I knew that's what I wanted. You know.
Yeah. So when you express the desire to daddy especially, knowing that he is who he is, that you probably wanted to pursue a music, you know, would probably a secular industry. What was his view on that?
Oh boy, we get problem, boy. It took my dad, even though, as I said, we were never close.
Yeah.
Now we're close from a distance. The fact that he know that, okay, you can't tell me because I'm
a big man.
Right. So, but in the early days, I'm sure every dad or every parent would like to have their kids shape how they
view it.
And I'm not gonna knock him. I show much respect, Bishop, anywhere you are. Same way, God bless. You know, I may don't walk your foot, but guess what? We still walk in the faith, as I said before.
Yes.
But nothing couldn't die for this one here.
Yes. So you figured out what you wanted to do, and you were willing to remain and stick to that course, despite the fact that Daddy probably had some misgivings.
And it's not even so much a daddy, because guess what? We weren't going to be kids for long, for forever.
Forever. Yeah.
I would have to go into my own manship, right?
Yes.
And then here it is. I can provide not just for me, but for my family and for other people. And it's out of what you would call a rebellious fight.
Yes.
Because in the early days in church, I couldn't sit and play a simple song like, "Don't worry about a thing, You know? Because in our parent, never so smart in terms of word salve.
Yes.
Now we kind of can hear the words and we know what it. But in the early, that's sick. You're forbidden. You know. But then here we are.
Yes.
Because the same song right now, go in the church, you can sing it.
True.
Because the word is saying, just don't worry about
that
nothing.
thing.
Because guess what? Everything, and it's He who controls everything that is going to make it all right.
Yeah. Entering the entertainment industry though, how challenging was that? Or were there any obstacles that you faced? I know some people, they face X challenge, man no one voice them can't go in a studio. What was it like when you decided to now take on music in its fullness?
I really never have that problem. I don't know what that is. I really can't relate to it because my coming out is a whole lot different from a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it wasn't from a wealth point, finance.
Yes.
More financial, and others are lucky. Or
Yeah.
It's just that we were talking earlier on about preparation. I was a whole lot prepared for what I was about to. So when the opportunity came, it was just, and funny enough, when the opportunity came, it was a joke.
Yeah.
Even though it was staring me right there in the face, we were actually looking at it and laughing. Because it took one song for the world to know who I was, while I was around doing a lot of stuff before.
Yes.
And it's just so funny, as I mentioned, Main Street, because I see artists, them tile at the studio, them want this one to vice. I never really have that problem. I had, in my career so far, 3-4 producers that ever worked with me before. Work with me maybe on a project or something. But only four.
After all these years in the music?
Yeah man, only 4. Because most of the stuff that you hear is mine.
Yeah.
And maybe the more current thing that you're hooked to is mine.
Yeah.
The things before is like people who I like to make a name. So when you come out, I'm here boy, hey Mikey Spice, but I'm not gonna come Tyler your place for a vice. You know, you call me and say, yo, 2 o'clock.
Yeah,
I come vice, 2 o'clock. And then I'm gone. So it's not like, you know, I had a struggle or I had a problem, you know, coming out.
So could you not having that struggle be down to your vocal capabilities and your musical background? So when you go to the studio, you were just able to get it together and deliver, and the producer, the engineer say, yes, where's the man where I have to give 10 take and stuff?
It could be, and in some cases it was.
Yeah.
But most of it was out of knowing what you want.
So church did work out?
Oh, always. Any way you take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Church did work out.
Yeah.
You remember the first time you went to the studio and how that came about?
First time I went to the studio, I was 7 years old. I went to a studio downtown called Randy's, which is now VP Records.
VP Records.
I sang a song on a beer box, because those it's 2-4, yeah. And the song goes something like, there was a little boy who was 7 years old, say unto his father, Father, let us pray. The father said to his son, I cannot pray, because my mother never teach me how to pray. Chorus go, die will, die will, die will, die. Don't steal this now, and wait, in short. Oh yeah. That was my first song. So show you how serious I was and I am about my craft. I can remember my first song.
Yes.
So, when you mention studio, a studio is not new to me.
Yes.
Now for the main street of what it is now to come out to the world, it was Grove Music, Barry Hoyer from X-Rated Record, where I did Practice What You Preach.
Barry White's.
Right.
Yeah.
So that studio was built because of a request that we, the band, asked for Carl Young, who's the owner for IRFM. Yeah. Which I almost lose this finger, which in a block, trying to lay a block. But that studio
so
was
you guys
the first,
physically built the studio?
Of course. That studio was the first studio that I actually stand and laugh while singing a song.
Yeah.
That's why we'll go back to the conversation as you asked me. My opportunity faced me laughing.
You were laughing.
Looking at it as not just a joke, but what are we doing? Because it's not like, you know, so it's like a camera looking at you, like, are you real?
Yeah.
So here I am, I'm real. So do it, since you're real. Since you say who you are. So here we go.
What led to you covering the Barry White song though?
Oh my God, you know, I wish we never got this, but guess what? Since you already asked, it's inspiration.
Yeah.
And when you're drawn to something that resonates with you,
Yes.
whether it's a woman or a vehicle, something that your clothes,
Yeah.
something that's catch your eye, something that resonates with you, you're going to want to pull to it. And that's what exactly happened with that song. When the first time I heard it, I showed a lot of other people hear it.
Yeah.
But from Jamaica, I remember one other
Person
artist,
covering it.
no, who had it in mind.
Oh.
And guess what? Here we go now, we'll go back to ability. Because he's a very good singer.
Yes.
I don't want to call his name now because it's not your interview here, sir. But you know who we are talking about. But they couldn't play.
Yeah.
You see how funny it is? They could sing, but they can't
Could
play.
play.
But I can sing and play. So when we were in the studio, Stephen said, yeah, with the progression, and I just go on it and start playing the progression.
Yeah.
Tell the man, say, you know, say, okay, you might have to go sing it through. So there we go back to the laughing. Because guess what? I never ready for the world.
Yes.
Me and the world, me not do this for the
Though
world.
you had your dreams, you never ready and think
No,
that this at the time.
no, my dream was always living. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Me not look for the shine light over there some more than the shine light. This got the same light over there, so I shine out, that's how you know.
It's just bright over there. So.
There you go. So for me, I was seen pretty good. I was good.
Yeah.
But then now the man them just take me and put me on that thing now, and this thing, you know, my brother, it's bigger than me because guess what? I voiced the song Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
It play upstairs Saturday night.
Yeah.
Sunday morning the thing buzz me, wake up in the middle of my bed. I hear, Uncle Mikey, you're on the radio, you're on the radio.
Yeah.
And wake up and you go like, hey, what are you talking about? I hear them a play this big A, them a play Mighty Mike. 10,000 times for the day.
Yeah.
Monday, the song hit Billboard.
Already.
Yeah. Listen, you don't hear me say?
Saturday. Whatever is the song?
Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
It mix and go upstairs Saturday evening. Mighty Mike had the first man played. Then Big A, then the other one named Gary G. And all of them start playing. Saturday. Sunday morning, it was Big A who started playing gospel first.
Yeah, gospel.
Listen, I remember, man. Afternoon, then Bob Clark.
Bob Clark, yeah.
Listen to me, Mighty Mike still play right between this. So that day, Sunday, all day Sunday. Monday when we wake up, I'm going to hear say, Mikey Spice, the new sensation. I mean, I go like, what are them people are? What do you mean? What do you mean?
New sensation.
Because guess what? I was on the North Coast playing music all these years. Me do what me do. Me didn't knew.
Yes.
But guess what? I didn't knew that. So here we are.
That was going to be it.
Here we are.
That song, I don't necessarily go and say change your life, but it really and truly introduced you to the masses.
Nah, man, it does.
Yes.
I want to tell you funny. You can't say it changed my life.
It changed your life.
Yeah, man, it changed it. It changed it in such a way that I can barely be me more time.
Yeah.
I have to fight. I have to rebel to be me. Like we're human.
Yeah.
I need to go into the store. I need to stop at the supermarket. I need to stop at the gas station. I don't have to have, I want to be normal. I want to go in the store and buy something and be normal. I understand for the status that people say, okay,
Yes.
so you're going to have, a few people want some graph and them want pictures and them want, but this constant living under this umbrella like Jesus, listen, man, I can't come outside unless I have a face. I can't stop. I have to put on a clean t-shirt because I can't in my house, you know. I know what I would have been,
In your house.
But can't in my house and the decision is I'm going to walk on my boxers all day to the Sunday and cook rice and peas. Because guess what? Somebody.
I go see you and take a picture somewhere else or want something.
And whether yes or no them do, just say.
Star life, man.
There you go. So as you talk about the change, yes, it did. It did make a big change,
That song probably still remain as the song that people identify you with the most.
One of my I want to tell you funny, as much as I rebel singing that song a lot, because I don't really dwell on one program. I like to change up my programs.
Yes.
But sometimes I will change my program and that song I really need. I'm going to tell you the truth, it's always a problem.
People want it.
No, listen to me, B. It's all. I want to tell you funny.
Come on, one piece of it.
That probably
So,
be that my
everybody
manager
want
for
it.
sing all the tune
Oh,
there.
your manager want you to sing it and you don't want to sing it.
Imagine they never understand. That probably will be singer them. That probably will be musician.
Yeah.
But guess what, man?
But is it because you never write the song why sometimes nobody want to sing it?
No.
Okay.
It's just that the song did what it did.
Yeah.
I paid my respect. I did what I did, and the song, funny enough, I took him off the chart, you know. Remember, I sold the album for him. I sold the song for him. It's me, it's Mikey, but it's not him, because they took him off. And I replaced him. That's how I get to the Billboard. So funny enough, as you mentioned, it's not, the reason why I sometimes don't want to do that, because it becomes me.
Yeah.
People now don't see Mikey Spice. They want to see Mikey Spice in a Barry White thing. So everybody always want me to sing in this.
Like rolling vibe,
No, I mean, yeah, it's natural, but sometimes I like to sing up there too. I like to sing up there too. I like to sing down there and tell you, baby. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, at certain times, it's how you feel.
Yeah.
For me,
You don't want nobody put it in a box.
it's not even so much somebody put me now going on no box.
So practice what you preach. Introduce Mikey Spice
To the world.
But before we go to the practice what you preach though, we know that the government name is Micheal Johnson. How did the Mikey Spice thing evolve?
Mikey Spice came out of 84. I remember very, very precisely. I was playing at a hotel in Ocho Rios called Golden Seas. It was
I know Golden Seas very well,
Golden
man.
Seas and Silver Seas. Silver Seas in Ocho Rios.
Yes,
Golden
Golden
Seas
Seas.
in Rockabessa. I was living in Rockabessa on the hotel property at the time.
Yeah?
Playing for the boat hotel.
Yes.
So I was living in a Rockabessa at the time, playing for the boat hotel on property. So one night, the owner for the band, his name was Sugar. So through him name Sugar, every
Sugar
night him have
Spice.
one song where he want to come sing.
Yeah.
Why the bird suddenly appears every time you walk near. So you know,
Yeah.
he would sing that song 10 times for the night. And I never forget there was a white lady there was an old lady, two of them, like a group of them come. And the night she get up and she said, no more, no more. You can't have a sugar without a spice. And that's the night when that name, I never forget that,
Mikey
1984.
Spice.
I came to Kingston and registered the name with Musical Federation, 1984.
Yeah?
I gave one person the permission to use the name, which was Richie, because there was another one called Mark Ice. Him named Mark Ice now, but
Yes.
him called himself Mark Spice. And then I had to take it from him because that's some foolishness for him to go on with and we never want the name. So at the time, because I owned the franchise of the name, I allow one person, which is a kid I like,
Yeah.
because him did a try at the time, which
Yeah.
is Richie. Now me come back to Jamaica and hear a
What
10,000.
Spice?
Me hear some spice and my brother, some of them are black pepper. You can listen to me. Now people don't understand that black pepper is not a spice. You know that?
No, still.
Nah, man, black pepper is not a spice, boss. So when me come back, me I see some
Thing spicy.
rotten tomatoes and some squeeze up onions
Yeah.
and something, and some people I say, not spice. Somebody say, you know what? Don't leave it alone, because guess what? All spices don't necessarily mean, because some don't really make sense.
Yeah.
You know, like black pepper, as I mentioned. It don't do nothing for your body. It don't do nothing for you,
Yeah.
period. More than just hot up your mouth
Yeah.
and bun you up.
When practice what you preach was voice, were you operating under the moniker Mikey Spice at that time?
Yeah, man.
Okay, cool.
man.
So that song now, as I said, that is the song where people request probably the most from you, right? And we don't like a little piece, eh?
Oh boy. Hey, something wrong with me. I would say you. Every time you see I like a special, I'm doing this. What's the name of the station again?
Teach them.
This is Teach Them. This is a special for you, right? So we go. I've talked to so many before and some say I'm damn good. But if you think you can play my song, then I wish that you would, cause you keep telling me this and telling me that. You say once I'm with you, I'll never go back. And you know the rest of it. Could you help me sing? Thank you.
Mad thing. So that song came out, and you say you would have admitted that your life changed was in so many different ways, right? What came after Practice What You Preach for Mikey Spice?
A lot of doors opened.
Yes.
Recognition was one of the most important out of all.
Yes.
Because people who used to see me or who used to even deal with me had no idea of my ability. So it opened a new perspective to people's thought of me and my business and how I, So it's a lot of change.
Yeah.
A lot of change.
Were you still playing on the circuit in the North
Yeah,
Coast
man,
after the song?
Yeah, man, I don't. That's
still...
one thing. This me. And I would tell a lot of musicians and artists, were you watching this? Come on, kid. Because what are you really about? If you're about the art, there's no... Listen to me, if I can tell you one thing about a person who do portrait, there's no way they're going to have an empty canvas and do nothing on it. Take something out of that. There's no way. You are a painter. You are an artist of whatever it is, portrait, or anything, poem, we call it spoken words, music, whatever art that you want to put, and you have an empty canvas and you do nothing with it. So that's what makes the limitation of a lot of other people. Because for me, I don't have a problem. I don't have. I want to tell you, funny enough, I don't take a lot of job because of the status that people put me. But I'll go. I can perform for you. I ain't gonna lie. It's 20 people. I'll be in there. If it's a party, and because what we call up close and personal, that intimacy of sharing art, is very few people really get it.
Yeah.
We have a lot more spectators, a lot more criticism from not just spectators, but the curious.
Yeah.
The one who claim that, me here, I don't believe more, I come see. Or the one who I say, so let me come sit in and check it out. But so we call those the curious ones.
Yes. All right.
But I'm gonna be honest with you, the difference that it does make within my life, I am grateful in such a way because it's not only that it taught me humility.
Yes.
It taught me a lot of arrogance too. Because if I don't practice humility, I can be very arrogant.
Yeah.
So choose one. I choose humility.
So after Practice What You Preach, which was the next song that persons took on to?
Oh Lord. Boy, you're driving my memory now because there was a song that hit London within that time after Practice What You Preach called When You're Lonely. But When You're Lonely clashed with a song called Born Again.
Born Again.
From the same producer, watch this now. That funny enough, it's not that they put them out at the same time. It just so happened that while running through one, coming out of one, you slam into the other, and then here comes the other one comes. So it's like a Broadway. So that two songs after the Practice What You Preach, that was fighting. But guess what? I tore more on the Born Again. As not just a culture, it was a prayer song that a lot of people could resonate to.
Yes.
Even now. And the word born again don't necessarily mean from perspective of people who think that you have to go back in your mom's womb. Because we all know how it is. It's just a conscious of mind that you change your ways, you change something about you. You change
The mindset.
Right. For
Attitude.
me, it was not just a mindset, it was everything about me. Because as a bishop kid, I couldn't just be anybody.
Yes.
Even now, I can't just be anybody because not just as a pastor kid, it's just the fact that how I was raised.
Yeah.
Certain things, even if I want to swear, certain anger or certain things, I would have to learn how to cushion it because, everybody can get crazy, but it's not everybody can fix it. Some people can fix it. That's why we have to send them to Madhouse, or we have to send them to somewhere to get somebody help them. While people like me who can take a deep breath and go, not for me.
Yeah.
So that was it. That was a
selective person,
consciousness,
though.
as you
Yeah.
said, the born again, and I would like a lot of people because you can born again a lot, you know. You can born again every day, you know. Born again is not just one time, you know. You can be born again throughout your doings, throughout your days, throughout your time, you know.
Evolution and renewal.
There you go.
But then after, give me a piece of Born Again, but I look like you come to sing in
Listen to me, man. I wait for singers.
So Born Again and I Am Lonely were the follow-up tracks to
Yeah, when you're lonely.
when you're lonely, practice what you preach. More doors kept on opening.
Oh,
and
listen,
stuff.
Micheal, yeah.
So you started touring now as a secular artist per se.
I'm going to tell you the truth now. And I still don't tour as a secular artist either. I don't tour as no
You just
particular
tour. Yeah.
artist. Because guess what? No, I tour with, and it's not Mikey Spice, you know. I go up on tour and I out there a lot. And it's not Mikey Spice on the front. A lot of people don't understand. In this business, there are segments.
Yeah.
And there are things. And I work a lot in the back. Sometimes I take the front because it's my time to take the front. But
Yeah.
I work also behind the scenes. You
Uh,
know, I have artists, I have production.
so you're producing as well.
Oh, yeah, man. Long years ago.
Yeah. There is a famous song in the history of the music done by one, Garnet Silk, Mama.
Okay. Yeah, that was one of my.
You wrote it, or you just did the music?
No, I co-wrote it,
Yeah.
but I arranged the thing I'm playing.
And you played on every
Yeah.
instrument for that song?
Yeah.
Every instrument? Is that the only song that you have,
Nah,
like
man.
big song? We talk, big,
Nah,
wait. Nah, man.
Nah,
Give
man,
me
we have
a
a whole heap
couple
of people,
more,
man.
man.
We have Dennis Brown, we have Marcia Griffiths, we have a whole heap of people. As I said to you, for me, it's not a show, you know. So you don't see me on the front, don't necessarily mean I'm not working. And I don't have to come out and tell you, say, no, say it's me. It's me.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not so it work. I just make sure that within the vault,
yeah.
all the archive in the vault, from my production, it can be stored, you know.
Which aspect do you prefer though? The music of the music or the vocal aspect of the thing?
It's the same. The
Oh, so
music-
do.
Because the first instrument is your voice. It's just that a lot of people don't seem to understand how to
First
use it.
instrument is your voice.
Yeah.
That's profound.
A lot of people don't know how to use it. Because
Yeah.
guess what? My voice run all scales. My voice not just run all scale, but can pronounce all notes within the scale.
Yeah.
It can do a chord, but I can imitate the chord by the note. That's why I go, ah. I can voice that in a chord.
Yes.
Ah. And it's also a note.
Yes.
Da. So, for me, there is no preference of none, you know?
Yeah. Born Again was, let's say, the next monster hit after Practice What You Preach. Even with clash with
When you're lonely.
When You're Lonely, yeah? May I have a piece of Born Again, sir? I feel like I have to ask politely.
No, man, it's all right. No, that's one prayer. That's one prayer I will refuse from the other one, but it's only mentioned.
Yes.
That's one prayer I pray anywhere.
Yeah,
And I don't just pray it for myself.
for everybody.
Because if you listen to the word, it say, good Lord, you have answered my prayer. You don't know what I was praying for, but guess what? From all shame and misery, you have lifted me up and put me higher. From all embarrassment and disrespect from the street, because I'm born again. Ooh, I'm free from sin. And remember, when we say sin, it's not just the S-I-N, sin, because there is, therefore now remember, condemnation. But remember, Christ came and died for the remission of sin, so there is no more sin. I tell you what now, when we sin is when we go into the commandment and we start doing the things that is in the commandment. That's sin. Thou shalt not, remember, thou shalt
Not.
So, in all things, I remember the first thing, keep God first. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all his righteousness is added unto you. And there's one particular and profound word that I always keep on my table of my heart,
Yes.
that I will seek ye first remember him say, because I'm a jealous God, him God don't want you put him, some man get up and the first thing as him eye open, reach him phone. If you open your eye and the first consciousness don't say thank you,
Yes.
you have some other agenda.
Bishop would be proud of you though.
No, Bishop never have to be proud. I want to tell you funny, because as much as he did, Bishop still not so proud because he not really like this thing. But whether yes or no, we live the life that was still, because remember, children live what they learn.
Yeah.
And the fact that I was taught from an early days, not just the fear of the Lord, because it's not, the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. But guess what? It's not to fear him in a way where I don't want to talk to him.
Yes.
Not to fear him in a way where I can't face him.
Yeah.
I fear him because I have to show respect. I fear him because if I don't do the things that is required of me, there is repercussion. And trust me, my brother, I can tell you quite a few that.
You just open up my eyes to a different perspective to born again though. Because all these years me I listen born again. I never look funny from the perspective that
It's a thanks, it's a prayer. Saying, good Lord, you have answered, because he did answer my prayer. Take me out of certain things.
yes. Yes.
And what I specifically is from what? It's not just I just say it's from what? And then now from the what, I am grateful that I can say, so I'm born again.
Free from sin.
Yeah, man. So speak, and it becomes what it is.
Deep. Deep.
Give thanks,
Deep.
give thanks,
Deep.
give
Deep.
thanks,
Deep.
give thanks.
So born again, and Mikey started touring. Where are some of the places that you went to perform early out after you broke onto the scene?
I'm too old for that. You know? I can't remember. Listen to me, the
yeah.
world. You hear them say the world is small.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I lie, man.
Lie.
I mean, nobody telling them, I'm telling them foolish head, man. Yeah, your mind small.
Yeah.
Your brain small, because remember in the flat thing for fitting your head. Your brain small.
Yeah.
But the world, God make this big thing that we're living under this dome. Don't disrespect God, Timon, like we're living in a small world.
Yeah.
You can't make one big on this? Let me go small world. Yeah, man.
So I
don't play
interpret that to mean that you have been all over the world.
Yeah. I've been everywhere, my youth. And not just once or twice, like 3, 4, 5 times. Even before. And while a lot of these artists and people who don't, because as I said, it's not so much of you have to be on that billboard. And because the billboard is above, everybody see that billboard because you're looking up. But if you're looking where you're going, there is one right there. So you see the difference? One up there,
And one is down
and
there.
one is before you.
Yeah.
One is down there now, but guess what? Down there I don't really want, because I'm leaving there.
Yeah.
So I'm heading towards where I'm going. So until going up a hill, you don't just reach here, you have to go gradually. So it's an eventual. So I'm looking up now, so give thanks. I'm seeing all the way to the horizon, my brother.
I've been performed in so many diverse places around the world. Where would you say is your favorite place to perform?
Oh my God, that again I can't do. Because guess what, I can't remember any time I've ever had a sour show
Yeah.
throughout my whole career. I'm gonna be honest, I wish I never said that. Because it's just so funny. I know artists that have down show. I've never had a show, once you call Mikey Spice, I've never had a show where nobody not come, or nobody not say, I don't know, people.
Turn up on you.
No, I never had. So all my career, once you call my name, there is something about, hallelujah. You just got it. No, so I'm grateful, you know.
Well, everywhere you have been to perform has been a good experience.
So far, you know, so far.
You remember the biggest crowd you ever performed for?
Oh my youth, oh my God. Yeah, man. Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Van Doven. Oh my God, Holland.
Yeah.
I mention all in places. I've been through some serious. I talk about 80, 100, 2,000, 100,000 people. You talk about as far as your eye can see, way over. You know, yeah, and you wonder if them people over the back are here, but everybody here is pretty good, you know.
One of the legendary producers in the industry passed recently.
Yes.
Bobby Digital. And you would have worked with Bobby before.
Oh yeah, man.
I
I have a relationship with Bobby that There's very few artists. I would say not even his own kid.
I have with him. Yeah, and one of the piece of work that you'd have done with Bobby is on the Grab Your Lash with him.
Yeah, man, but Born Again is Bobby Lass.
Bobby too.
Yeah, man, when you're lonely is Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby have a whole lot of songs, you know.
Yes.
Ali Ali-O, the first set was his.
That's Bobby again.
It was, yeah. And mentioning that, so you mentioned Grab Your Lash. Yeah, and the last song I did, I said it could have been Bobby.
Oh.
But then when I came, he was a little reluctant and I just did it myself.
And you did everything for that song yourself.
Yeah.
I Am Said I.
Yeah, man. I might say, yeah, man.
Yeah, of all the songs that Mikey Spice would have had success with, and it's not no 1 or 2 or 10 or 20
Oh my
songs.
God, for real, my brother.
Which song is a song that you appreciate the most? You sing the most in your quiet time, you when you're jive.
I want to tell you, yeah, it's a song that a lot of people maybe hear of or heard of, but not. It's the same song called Ali Ali.
Ali Ali-O.
And Ali-O, it's a praise, you know.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know what the word hallelujah is. Really hallelujah, hallelujah. But in the Greek word, hallelujah is like even African use. Because if I go refer to you and say, hey yo, you know, hey yo. If I had said, hey, you may look around, but you know it's you I'm dealing with, it's everybody else. So hallelujah. Ali Ali-O is a song for me that even without my consciousness, my subconscious singing, my consciousness singing. And the reason for that song is not just a prayer again, it's also a victorious song. Because that song speak to my rising, and speak to my upliftment, speak to my dedication. That song, the words of that song, because a lot of people, you know a song by the content of what make the song, the rhythm, the beat, you know, some
melody,
funny thing, melody, And some people are into spoken words like poem, they listen to the words, so the rhythm and certain things don't make sense. But everything that create the art of it, I can't pick nothing more than the words.
Ali Ali-O is that song that resonates the most with Mikey Spice.
Yeah, because I live that song, I have to.
Yeah.
In the midst of my success, the enemies are rising, because at the time, a lot of people don't know when I went through some problem earlier on. And that song came because it was right in the height of my success. So in the midst of my success, the enemies are rising, trying to eat up my soul. But I know.
It's a beautiful song still.
Only beautiful. Check the words the next time you hear it again. When you hear the word, don't listen to the beat, just listen to the words. And see if you know, you might ball up. No, because I'm going to tell you funny, my kid, I never know. I always have all the importance of words.
Yeah.
I don't just listen words because of the understanding of. I listen to the word because of the content of the word and the real meaning of the word. So words to me are important because without words we cannot understand. And it took words for God to came and say, let there be.
And there was.
So you see how important? If Christ was on the cross, if he didn't stop talking, he couldn't hang his head and die, because word is life. So the more him speak is the longer him would dip on the cross. I suffer, I bleed and I feel pain. But he had to shut up.
Real church boy, Mikey.
Oh boy, hallelujah.
Doing the research.
I'm honest to you, I'm proud you say that. I don't care. I'm going to take it.
Doing the research, I can only recall one collaboration, and that is the collaboration with you and Louis Culture and Grab Your Lash. You don't seem to do a lot of collaboration.
No.
But if you,
I did a couple.
Yeah.
It's on my 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Marcia Griffiths, Luciana, and I heard one new one for a long time. I don't know how
you heard it.
Splice, from Merciless, that on a little piece of thing. And
that's Splice it.
Yeah, and I did some other stuff, but on my 1 hand.
Yeah.
As the question is not that I don't want to, or the opportunity was not approach. I am not selfish from working with other people, but I'm comfortable in my skin.
Yeah, well, let me ask you a question though. Is there an entertainer in the business now that you have not worked with that you then love the opportunity to do something with?
A lot. but it's not a craving. It's not a desire.
Yeah, I
it's
understand.
It's not a wish of mine. I would love to have the opportunity to arrive. As I said to you,
You wish to give me a name?
I'm comfortable in my skin, as in saying I am approaching the world head on.
Yeah.
I don't need help or your fans to like me doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And whether yes or no, your fans that you have don't have to like me.
Yeah.
But guess what? Them like you, and if the fact that I can work something through you to them to hear what I'm trying to get to, then I'll do that.
Give me a name, Mikey, man.
Right now?
One name, man.
I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not good at names. And all of the names that we really know, some of them dead already. So I don't know if I tell you say.
Yeah.
But it's very few of them. And I say it's on one hand too.
Yeah.
And I see some very, I want to tell you funny enough, as you mentioned, I see some very, very good potential. I see potential that if I ever had the chance or if I ever had the opportunity for just one production, just do one little product with them, I know it could elevate their thing to a different, because I hear things different when it's not mine. I see things different too when it's not just mine. Because I don't just see me through you, I see you through whatever it is. So whatever it is I'm going to do, it have to be a distribution.
Yeah.
You know, let you be the carrier for whatever it is that you're doing. But you're going to rest it out.
What would you say is your greatest achievement as a musician thus far along your journey?
Oh my God. That's a very that's a kind of funny. My greatest achievement is to understand what I'm doing.
Yes.
And the reason why I see it as an achievement is because I don't want to end up doing something because of the doing for it. And as my youth say, do it for the love, do it for the like. But I'm just saying, words make sense in what you're doing. And for me, as you ask the question, I just do this thing because guess what? I can't go on it. It's not like one day I go and do so this person and say, you know what, I do no more, you know. I don't know, retire.
Yeah.
No. My achievement out of the whole thing, and I'm grateful for it, is that I understand what I'm doing. Because what I'm doing is not really so much of a control. I don't have a control over it. So picture that. If you had that voice somewhere, and the more you compress it,
you want to come out.
Yeah, you want to hear this going in the bathroom, and you said no.
Yeah.
So how long you going to come out, you know?
You started out saying you're a dreamer, and everybody have dreams and aspirations, right? Is there anything musically that Mikey Spice has not yet achieved that you hope to achieve?
Yeah, man. The Carnegie Hall. I haven't performed there yet, but that was a joke. It's not really so much of a dream for me. My dream really is, after all of this is said and done, I hope you got it. That's a dream for me. I don't know someone to be doing this for now, and then when I pass, it's gone with me. I want to know that whatever it is that I was doing or that I am doing, it worked. But it don't have to work now. And I would love it to work now while I'm around. But we all know sometimes that most of the success that come to not just artists, but a lot of great men is after they pass. I don't know whatever. Even in the Bible. They didn't know the importance of Jesus until he was hanged on the cross. And they follow him, them eat him food, them listen to him words. But one time no man was to say save him, everybody say crucify him. What have he done? So I'm saying, after he died, the New Testament came that Paul, on the church that was built, which is on this rock, which is the rock of words, the rock of understanding. It's not just the rock there, that's what you say. It's the rock of the stability, the divinity, all these things. So, my great, as you said, my accomplishment and wish is that when this is said and done and over, it wasn't just a waste.
Lives on.
Yes, somebody.
Time.
Somebody. I don't know who. It could be you. It could be you. It could be somebody.
What you're working on presently?
What I'm working on now is a little above the norm of mine. And don't get me wrong, no, let me fix that. Don't think I'm underestimating.
That's exactly
I'm not
what I said, man.
underestimating your thought process. I'm just saying for the norm, as in for who know Mikey Spice or what Mikey Spice is. This is a jump from just the Mikey Spice, because you hear things and you don't see it, but then you're gonna finally get it now.
Yes.
So I'm doing some stuff that is a jump.
For the persons out there who wish to get in touch with Mikey Spice, whether it's a booking or dub plates or whatever it is, how do they go about doing that?
You have a lot of platforms, but a couple of platforms that you can go on is Mikey Spice official, or you can go on Instagram with Mikey Spice official. That's it, right?
Yeah.
But you get more information and we can give you that in a few, because I don't have that sit on the top of my thing. I don't really run my business like that.
Any performances coming up soon?
A lot of performance. We just did one, which is still on the Mikey Spice Viva.
That was on VP as well.
Right. Check it out. We're still climbing, and I hope you enjoy it. And there's a couple of loops that we put at the bottom. Read the information and give us your input. What you think, and not only what you think, what you suggest. And I'm open for suggestion. I no feel away. I'm with you. As long as you with me too.
So Spice, really and truly appreciate the opportunity to sit down and hold a reason with the one.
Always,
a man that is so supremely and immensely talented. You hear the artists, many of them, but not many of them are able to play the instrument and do a full song, and it's a joy.
You know, my
to sit
brother,
down.
listen, I'm going to tell you something funny. Let me just interview for a second.
Yeah.
A lot of them can and they don't know they can, you know.
Yes.
You see, when you don't take pride in the things you love, because guess what, you love a woman, you don't love, what you love her? You love her for her ways, you love her for her shape, you love her for, what you love her for?
Complexion, her
You
ear,
need to know something about what you love. If I have a vehicle, you ever looking at the engine yet?
Yeah.
Somebody express, oh boy, I love the pants. Why you love the pants? You don't have other pants. Express yourself. And so when you express yourself now, you love it, you still don't have an answer to it.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I'm not going to love it because of the process of my eyes. It's not the process of my ability or my thoughts or the intricacy of why I want to love it. So if you're in something and you love it and you claim so we love the art, put some respect in the art. The fundamentals, those are the important. The basic. Don't pass the basic and jump to the top. You want some big chain, and you want some big thing, and you want to be in the spotlight, you want to drive fancy car. So that's what you're about. You're about the things that it produces. You're not about the art. If you're about the art, learn about the art. Simple.
What a way to end it. Brother Mikey, it's a joy, brother.
I love it always. Yes, in the midst of my success, the enemy's rising. And they're trying to eat up my soul. Yeah. But I know your love will always protect me. And he'll preserve my soul. Oh, yes. Listen. Make haste, oh God, to deliver me and lift me high so that the world can see I'm saying, Ali, Ali, oh. I'm did see Moses. Who do you see? I'm saying, Ali, Ali, oh. Here comes Joshua, David, and Israel. I say, Ali, Ali, oh. I'm did see Moses on the mountaintop. Ali, Ali, oh. And in your humble time, you could do this humble song like this. And that's all he asks, you know. Hum within your spirit, and you will feel him. Hum within your thoughts, and that's where he lives. Because guess what? Come to God, or come in his presence with thanksgiving. The thanksgiving is not just the food. It's your thought, it's your spirit. Make a joyful noise. He never said just make noise. He couldn't say make some noise, but it have to be joyful. Hey, this is Mikey Spice. You don't know how we and teach them channel, you know. This, don't forget, this is the channel you need to see whatever you want to see within the artist. And guess what? I'm grateful enough to say you don't know. Grab your last song, come. Hey, I will leap a bush in the hard one chop down. Yo, teach them channel. Don't move the channel. I saw it set up.
This video was brought to you by DS Electronics Unlimited.
Are you looking for reliable and efficient service, affordable rates, world-class customer service? Visit DS Electronics Unlimited. We offer expert repairs to LCD, LED, smart TVs, and Android TVs. We offer warranties on all repairs. Visit www.dselectja.com or call 876-841-4968 for more details.
Teach them. Hey, yo, yellow. Send the message and make it reach them. It's teach them. Right here. Warlord representing.
Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment below. Remember to like and share the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content. Follow me on social media and check out the suggested videos on screen. This is Teach saying, until next time, walk good, my friends.